Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Happy Monday. All right, ladies. So I'm super excited to be doing this. If you're here watching this on the live, say hello. Just tell me your name. Who is here? I see 12 of you guys popping in already, which I absolutely love. So let's make sure that we have some fun today. All right, let's make sure we are introducing ourselves. I know we have a lot of new faces here, and I'm super excited to be doing this, guys. Just to give you a little bit of a background, I'm going to try to keep this juicy and fun and fast, but just to give you a background, I haven't done a masterclass like this in like 2 years. And the last masterclass I did, I made it kind of like into a program, and I actually charged for it. It was an investment that people had to make. And this one, I wanted to give back to you guys. We have a lot of new faces. The past 2 months have been like I've been getting hit with waves of abundance, with meeting new people, growing my audience, and just putting my message out there that I wanted to give back in a way that was valuable and that you can actually get something out of this. Okay, because I've been seeing a lot of you ladies struggle with the same thing, guys, the same exact thing that I used to struggle with. And so I wanted to come on here and give you guys some amazing value, give you guys some amazing juicy tips, and hopefully you learn something. All right. So my goal here is for you to walk away with learning at least one thing, even if it's one thing. All right. One term, one goal, whatever it is. Maybe it's a mindset shift. Maybe it's an expectation shift. So many things. All right. So hello, everybody. Hello. I'm super excited you guys are here. Hello, Leah, Tanya, Vanessa, Javiera, Yvette, my girl. You're here. Let's freaking go. As you come in, as you guys come in, um introduce yourselves. All right, and I'm gonna tell you guys something. Okay, I like an interactive live. I don't want to be sitting here like I am just talking to myself. Chat with me, connect with me. All right, I'm gonna share with you guys some things that you probably don't know about me, right? And especially again, since we have some clients here, we have some OGs in here. We have clients who worked with us for like a year, 2 years, 3 years. But if you're new here, I want you to open up your mind, right? And let go of judgment of yourself. That happens a lot. We judge ourselves too damn much, okay? So let's have some fun. Let's get started. And as I am talking, if something pops in your mind, if you resonate with something that I'm telling you, just type it. I want to hear from you too. I don't like boring lives. I don't like to feel like I'm just here like a damn teacher. Like, no, I'm here to connect with you guys. I'm here to teach you guys, and I'm here to just give you guys freaking value. All right. So let's get this party started. All right, cool. Oh, one last thing. If you're watching this on the replay, I want you to hashtag replay, and I want to hear your biggest takeaway either on the comments here on the live or here on the Facebook if you're in my free Facebook community, or if you're my client, go ahead and tell me in the community. If you are, from Instagram, DM me. I don't care. I just want to hear that you learned something, and I want to hear your biggest takeaway. Okay, so hashtag replay and let me know your biggest takeaway. Okay, so let's get started, guys, with this tight and toned technique presentation slash masterclass that I put together for you guys. I worked really hard on this. It was really hard not to overdo it because I want to make things juicy and straight to the point. I don't want to get into too technical. I'm just gonna tell you what you need to know. All right. How many times have you guys watched a training or a video and they're like talking? They're like, bitch, just tell me what I need to know. All right. So that's how I want to make this video. Okay. If you guys have questions, make sure you save them until the end, just so I can go over everything and answer at the end. Okay, cool. So let's get started, guys. Tight and tone technique masterclass with your favorite Latina coach. All right, like I said, first let's have some fun. I want you to relax. I want you to like let go of this weight off your shoulders, of this burden that you're carrying. Like if you're worried about never getting results, if you're struggling with losing weight, having more energy, and like all of these things, right? Taking care of yourself and your fitness, it's a value add. It shouldn't make you feel miserable. Okay, so on here, let's have some fun and let's learn some juicy things. Okay, so in here I just gave a little bit of table of contents because you guys are going to have all the slides to take home with you. I will email everything to you guys. Okay, so again, Hello for everybody who's new here, and I'm not gonna sit here and bore you with my life story, but I also do want to show you that I've been where you're at right now, and I'm just not talking just to talk. I'm not here just to talk out of my ass. I'm here because I've been there. Okay, so if you're new, welcome to my world. My name is Coach Diana. I have been a personal trainer for the past 6, 7 years. I am also a certified women's weight loss specialist, right? My certification is not Instagram. It's actually I actually have certifications and experience, okay? And I also, most importantly, been on my own fitness journey for about 8, 9 years since I was like 21 and I'm 31, bitch, like almost 10 years. All right. So I have also worked with over 2,000 ladies in the span of the 4 years that I have been doing this. But most importantly, again, I can connect with you and I know exactly how you're feeling and what you're struggling with because I've been there. So I know a thing or two of what I'm talking about, okay? Not just from certifications, but from personal experience. All right. So just like you, right? Look at me, my little newbie days. I've been overweight right here. I was 150 plus pounds. It might not look like it, but I was. All right. I was a yo yo dieter. I was a newbie. I felt lost. I struggled with nutrition. I didn't know where to start. All right. As I'm saying this, type me in the chat if you felt or are in this situation. If you've ever been or are feeling like or going through any of these things, okay? Struggled with nutrition, not knowing where to start, right? I thought it was just genetics. I was like, I just have a white stomach. I just have belly fat. That's just how my body is, right? That's true in a sense, not for everything, okay? I tried the quick fixes. I tried the waist trainers. Girl, I even bought a cellulite cream at some point of my journey. I bought a little shake, a little like sprinkle that you would supposedly sprinkle in your food, and it will cancel out the fat. I used to buy that, and that shit was expensive. All right. I also made the mistake, or I went through the experience of hiring a shitty trainer who didn't give a shit about my goals and didn't even know my name. All right. I struggled with being disciplined. I thought I'm just not disciplined. I'm just not good at this. I'm just not good at that mindset. All right. I also had an unhealthy relationship with the scale. The number on the scale will freak me the fuck out. Right. And I also had an unhealthy relationship with food and the journey because either I was all in or I was all out. And it was never a balanced thing. It was always very unhealthy. It was unhealthy. It was toxic. All right. I will also struggle a lot with falling off track on the weekends, binge drinking, waking up hungover on Saturday and Sunday, and then not doing shit all day, ordering fast food, and just being in bed all fucking day and feeling shitty about myself. All right. And I also went through the struggle of working really, really hard, but doing all of the wrong things. Like I was going all in and I was putting all this hard work and this effort on the day-to-day things, but I was doing it all wrong. And therefore I didn't get results. And therefore I felt unmotivated to continue. And so I will fall off track. And here we go again, yo-yo dieting, yo-yo lifing. All right. So I've been there, so I know what you're talking about. And again, if any of that resonates with you, I want to hear in the comments. Me. Exactly, exactly. And the weekend it hits home. Kiki, I know, girl. All right. But if my regular ass can do this, you can do it too. If my regular plain ass basic ass can do it, you can do it too. Guys, there's absolutely nothing special. Nothing. The only thing I did from going from here, right? Here, all of these struggles to going to here, to being in the best shape of my life, stepping on stage for my very first bikini competition was me putting in the work on the daily basis and sticking to the basics, sticking literally to the things I'm going to teach you here. Full transparency, guys, I've spent just last year, I spent over $5,000 hiring a trainer to put me through my first prep competition, which is this picture here. Over $5,000. That's not even counting the trip, the hotel that I paid there, the shoes, the bikini, the makeup, the hair. Guys, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to get here. And I promise you, you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, really? That's it? Yeah, because it's that simple. But the problem is that most people don't stick to it long enough because they're doing the wrong things. All right. So I'm going to teach you what you need to know, and that's it. Okay. So let me show you what I wish I knew back then. All right. Now, Who is this training for and who is this for? All right. This is for you if you have stubborn belly fat, body fat, legs, arms. I'll hear a lot about belly. So specifically belly, right? And if you're trying to build muscle and tone up, right? This is for you if you are already making the effort of eating healthy and working out, but you see little to no results, right? This is for you if you're trying to actually learn how to make this a lifestyle versus just saying, "Ah, I just want to lose 20 pounds." And then you lose the 20 pounds and then you gain it again. Like, no, I want you to learn how to make this a lifestyle so you can teach your kids, so you can, maintain this for the next 5, 10, 20 years. All right. Have more energy, right? And this is for you if you're ready to implement, right? If you want to gain self confidence and overall just change your life. Now, this is not for you, and you should exit this live if you are somebody who's not coachable. So, if you're here like, "Ah, I lost weight before, I know how to do it." And if you're not open minded, if you're not ready to be a sponge, this is not for you, right? There's always, you stop making progress when you stop learning. We have clients here like Yvette. She was with me for about 9 months and she probably knows all of this, but she's showing up. And I can guarantee you that I'm going to show something here today that she's going to get some value from. And she got an amazing results, but she's still here learning, right? So you need to be open minded, you need to be open to learning new things and absorbing value. All right, so this is not for you if you're not coachable and if you think you know it all. This is not for you if you are here for a quick fix, for a magic exercise, for a magic food group, for a magic diet, for a magic let's cancel out carbs. Not for you. All right, this is not for you either if you're not willing to put in the work. All right. And if you're here just to get free info but not apply it, this is definitely not for you because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Nothing I teach you here is going to work if you don't implement it. All right. So let's get the party started. Let's get to the good stuff. Okay. So we're going to first talk about fundamentals of nutrition. Now, these are some of the meals that my clients eat. These is how my clients eat. Do you guys see just chicken and boiled chicken and broccoli in there? No, we eat pancakes, pasta, freaking spaghettis, nachos. We eat all of the good things, okay? Because we keep it simple. You don't need to be a certified nutritionist. You don't need to go to a 4-year school to understand this and to, get amazing results and to understand what you need. The only things you need to actually burn fat while you fucking sleep. Literally, you can burn fat while you sleep if you're doing the right things. All right. So there's only two major things when it comes down to nutrition that we want to focus on. Obviously, there's a lot more things that go in depth, but we're talking about fundamentals. We're talking about the basics. You will never be advanced in your journey, right, if you never master the basics. And these are the basics that I'm going to show you. Okay, once you learn this, you never have to diet again, ever. The word diet is out of your vocabulary. All right, it's no longer a diet, it's eating towards your goal. Type that in the chat. I'm not in a diet, I'm eating towards my goal. Type it in the chat. I'm not in a diet, I'm eating towards my goal. What does that mean? We have specific targets to hit. All right. So with this, we want to focus on two main things. Number one is going to be macros and overall calories. Those things are the main factors in you losing fat, gaining muscle, and looking toned. That's it when it comes down to nutrition. All right. We want to focus on calories and macros over eating like a damn baby bird. What does that mean? You picking on little nuts and little seeds and little rice cakes, right? Freaking just little salads, freaking what's it called? Sunflower seeds. That's not a meal. That's not a meal. That's not going to help you gain gain muscle, lose fat. Okay. So again, yes, not a diet, eating towards my goal. Exactly. All right. So no more eating like a baby bird. No more eating like a baby bird. All right. You're an adult. You need energy. Food is fuel. Think about all the shit that you do on the day to day, whether it's cleaning, cooking, taking care of your kids, now working out, meal prepping, doing laundry, helping your kids with your homework, taking them to school, taking them to their freaking activities, trying to entertain them over the damn summer. You guys think that eating like a baby bird, eating just sunflower seeds is going to give you the energy to keep up with that? No. So if one of your goals is to have more energy, you need to start eating towards your goal. All right. So it's not just about eating less to lose fat, it's about eating more of the right things. It's not about eating less, it's about eating more of the right things. Okay. So no more baby bird food. All right. So what do we do here? What does that mean? Okay, Diana, calories, macros, get to the point. Calories. Who here has heard of SICO? SICO. SICO. Who here has heard of SICO? Okay. SICO means calories in, calories out. That's how you lose weight. All right. We want to focus on the calories, and this is a major part of losing fat. We want to focus on the calories because we want to ensure that you are in a deficit. SICO stands for calories in, calories out. That is the basic rule of fat loss. That is not me making a cute little name up. That is science. Look it up. All right. If you don't believe me, that's just science. No matter what diet you're doing, if you're not in a calorie deficit, right, you're not going to lose fat, whether it's keto, whether it's carnivore, whatever it is. So calories in, calories out. So the calories are super important because we want to ensure that you are in a deficit. All right. The second thing that we talked about, right, is the macros. Protein, the P stands for protein, the C stands for carbs, the F stands for fat, and a plus, which is not really a macro, but fiber. We want to focus on fiber, right? All this put together is going to create a balanced nutrition, and it's going to give you the right nutrients and the right, balance for you to build muscle. How do we get toned? By having more muscle and less body fat. Okay? We get toned by having more muscle and less body fat. So the goal to look toned, to shred body fat, to get rid of belly fat so your waist can look smaller, so your shoulders can look popping, so your back can get jacked and juicy, can look sexy, and you want that definition. The goal is not to lose weight. The goal is to lose fat and have more muscle. Okay. That is the goal. So I know that this can sound a little bit overwhelming. You're like, oh my God, calories, protein, all of this stuff. It can be. All right. But I want you to just focus on, if you're just starting out, I want you to focus on just calories and protein. If you're hitting those two numbers alone, along with the workouts that we're going to talk about in the next slide, you're going to be good. All right. Again, the more muscle, the more calories you burn. All right. The more toned you look, the more tighter you look. Right. And the more defined and shapy. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm making it up. Like the more shapy you're going to look when you have more muscle and you have less body fat. Okay. So when we start building that muscle and then we start burning that layer of body fat, this is when that version of you, it's going to pop, right? Because I seen clients who lost 30 pounds and they're still not happy with their body composition, like me, like how I was on this picture here, right? This is me after I lost 30 pounds. I was 150 plus, and then I went down only to like 118. Do I look toned? No, because I didn't focus on muscle. All right. So that was my mistake. Okay. So, that's the fundamentals of nutrition. Okay. Now, eating healthy is not enough. If you want to transform your body, eating healthy is not enough. I'm not sitting here and saying don't eat healthy. Eating healthy is an amazing start to your journey. Eating healthy is the success, the key to success. Eating healthy is the long-term goal, but it's also okay to have physique goals. And if you have physique goals, if you're telling me that you want to get rid of belly fat, that you're trying to look toned, that if you're trying to, look snatched, if you want that, then just eating healthy is not going to cut it. It's just not going to cut it. I'm telling you because I've seen it and I've experienced it. All right. Now, why do we need to track our calories, macros, and all that stuff? Okay. This is why. Type it in the chat. Would you rather have a 60% chance of getting results, or would you like 90, 80, even 100% chance of getting results? Type it in the chat. If you're working hard, if you're eating healthy, if you're showing up to the gym, if you're meal prepping, if you're doing all of these things, would you rather have a 60% chance of you getting results and getting there to your destination, or at least getting results faster? Or would you want a higher percentage? Would you want to see 80, 90, 100% chance of you getting better results, right? Would you rather get to your goal in 6 months, or would you rather get to your goal in 24 months, in 2 years? Right? Type it in the chat and just be honest. Some people, and I'm asking you guys because I've actually met people who tell me like, I don't care. I don't care. I'd rather just not, track or whatever. Totally up to you. If you're saying like 60% is fine with me, that's okay too. There's no judgment. Everybody's journey is different. I personally, if I'm busting my ass in the gym and eating healthy, I want the best chance possible. All right. We're human. We want to look good, guys. We want those physique changes. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. Healthy is good, but we want overall of obviously we all want to be healthy and stuff. But it's okay to say I want to look good too. And if you're looking for those physique goals, like it's better for you to work with a plan. Okay. So I'm giving you guys the stats because study shows that people who did not, they did a study, right? And people who did not track their food, they either overestimated or underestimated by 40% what they really ate. So that means that if you're saying, oh, but I think I'm eating 1,200 calories, you're probably eating 1,800 calories. And that's why you're not losing weight, right? These are things that people don't think about, but coffees, drinks, alcohol, little bites and licks from your kid's plate, right? Random snacks to the vending machine at work, random trips to the grocery store, and you know you're grabbing something, right? People, for that study, people, it showed that it was up to a 40% of missing what you really actually ate, whether they overestimated or underestimated. Guys, that's a huge amount. This is not, we're not talking about a little 10%, 15%, 20%, 40%, almost half. Right. So again, eating healthy is just not enough to transform. And I want to show you some amazing examples of what I'm talking about. All of these ladies here that you see eating healthy, working out. She came to us eating healthy, working out 5 times per week, 6 times per week. She was eating, having protein shakes, salads. She was doing all of the right things on paper, but she was not following calories or macros or training with the plan. These are her results. These are her results 16 weeks in. And then she continued on to working with us. Same thing, Alex. Alex here. All right. Right here. Alexis, eating healthy. Look, she looks great. And I told her, I was like, you look so great. This is her in her fitness journey by herself, just winging it by herself. She's trying, but she wasn't getting results as like how she wanted. This is her now. Look how tight and toned she looks. Do you guys see the difference when you're eating healthy and working out versus when you're working with the plan? Same thing, my girl Adriana here. She's a busy nurse. Eating healthy, working out. She will meal prep. She will meal prep all of her meals, take healthy snacks to eat at work because she's a busy nurse. Look at her results. This is the difference. This is what happens when you start working with the plan, when you start eating towards your goal. Again, we're not in a diet, we're eating towards our goal. These ladies got the exact thing that I'm about to show you: calories and macros, customized to them, right? All of that good stuff, and workouts and all that stuff that we're going to get into. Okay. So I cannot get into giving everybody a formula on how to calculate your personalized macros, but I'm going to give you some actionable steps because this is what this is all about. So here's a couple of ways. Again, you can have somebody do this for you, right? You can hire somebody, etc. But guys, there's a lot of tools out there. Like there's no way that you cannot find tools for you to find your calories and macros. You don't even need to hire somebody. And I'll be honest with you, and I'm a freaking coach. All right. You can find basic information on ChatGPT. You can go on Google. You can, I put a link here to a calorie calculator. It's called calculator.net/calorie calculator. When you guys get this slide, it's going to give you, I believe, yep, it's going to give you the actual link. This is just a starting point. I think that if you don't have somebody that's going to, give you all of the details or whatever, that's a great starting point. Better than nothing. Better than nothing. Just take it. All right. Now, step number 2, it's an easier, more beginner friendly way to just kind of give you ranges. And this is, you take your weight goal, whatever goal you want to be at, let's say 150, and you times it by 11 or 12. Okay. You can do both too, right? And now the second thing that we focus on, remember, is the protein. So we're just going to focus on calories and protein. All right. You take your goal weight and you times it by zero point 0.8 or 1. All right. Zero point 0.8 or 1. Some people like zero point 0.7, zero point 0.6, but again, this is all really depends on your starting point. All right. I personally like to know the background of my client to see how much they were eating before, because I'm telling you, sometimes these calorie calculators are going to tell you to eat 200 grams of protein, but you barely eat 80 now. So this is why it's a little bit like, you got to be careful with it, but this is a great starting point. This is a great starting point, and then you can kind of find ranges, okay? So again, if you're like, let's say your goal weight's 150 pounds, as an example, your calories will be anywhere between 1650 to 1800. And they can, guys, that range is perfect. As long as that range is consistent over time, you're still going to be in a good spot on a good deficit. Protein, same concept. zero point 0.8 times 1, either it's 120 to 150 grams of protein per day. If you're between those two numbers and you're hitting in between those numbers on in a good range consistently over a long period of time, you are going to get the results, okay? But the key here is consistently and over a long period of time. Don't freak out if not every day you're hitting exactly 150 grams of protein. Don't freak out, right? But are you consistently hitting maybe 145, 140, and then 155 and 150, etc.? Ranges, okay? As a starting point if you're a beginner. All right, so that's step number one, nutrition. Step number two is building muscle over moving more. Okay, again, please don't come on here and come at me. Don't get me wrong, moving your body, obviously, it's amazing. It's necessary. We're not meant to live behind a desk slouched over, right? Slouched over, right? This is not what we are built for. So, of course, moving your body in whatever way that you want, it's going to be amazing for you. Okay. However, if we're, again, what did I tell you? In order to look toned, we need to build muscle, but we're not going to build muscle by using booty band workouts. Booty band workouts won't build you a booty. Booty band workouts is not going to build you a nice perky booty like that. All right. It's not going to help you. All right. So, we need to shift our mindset from I just want to burn as many calories as possible with cardio or walking or running or Zumba or bar or yoga or whatever. And we need to shift that to building muscle. I'm not saying don't ever do those things that you actually enjoy, but you can find a sweet balance, right? Like you can do like a 3 times per week strength training and then do, I don't know, if you like yoga, do yoga 2 times per week. But the building muscle, if you're trying to really transform your body and actually look toned and get rid of belly fat and body fat and whatever, you need to build muscle. Okay. So let's learn to train versus working out. Same thing here applies as eating healthy and eating towards your goal. Same thing applies here. Learn how to train versus working out. Okay, type it in the chat. Training over working out. All right, because working out could be me literally going like this. Me doing this could burn calories. I'm not here just to burn calories. If I want to look toned, I need to need to build muscle. All right. So again, building muscle over moving more. Okay, so here are some tips and some things that I want you to focus on when you start working out, when you're starting to train. All right, guys, listen to this. Okay, this one's so important. These are things that I wish I knew. All right, I wish I would have had something like this before. Okay, number one is gonna be, and there's no specific order, they're all important. All right, what is the difference between learning to train and just working out? When you're working out, when you're training, you're actually following a plan, all right? And you're doing specific things, okay? And these are some of them. You're tracking your reps and the weight that you use, all right? Some people, I can tell you when my last PR on my deadlift was. I can tell you what my max on my squats are. I can tell you what my leg extension is. I can tell you what my abductions is. I can tell you what my hip thrust is. I can tell you that not only because I do it, but because I also track it on my app. All right. So tracking the reps that you do and tracking the weight that you use, it's going to be key because the key here is to get stronger over time. And guess what? You're going to end up forgetting. You're going to end up forgetting what you're doing or not doing. So getting stronger over time, it is key. All right. Third, it's going to be proper form and technique. This is something that's going to take you time. And if you have like a personal trainer or somebody that can help you even better, I will tell you, I never hired a personal trainer. I learned on my own and I learned by observing educational content on it, right? I would go on YouTube. Like your mind needs to stop looking at what Kim Kardashian is doing and start looking at what's going to benefit you for what you want, right, on your goals. All right, so I remember I used to look up a lot of form videos, either on Instagram. TikTok wasn't a thing back then, but mainly it was YouTube for me. So like research proper form and implement, record yourself, like look crazy but do it anyways, because that way you can look back and you're like, okay, I dropped my shoulders and I'm not supposed to, etc. If you don't have the luxury of somebody that can help you and guide you, etc., this is what you got to do. So proper form and technique is key. All right, not only for results but for safety as well. All right, following the right plan. Okay, here's another good one, because you guys could be working out, but if you're following a bullshit plan that is only giving you booty band workouts because it says booty burn workouts at home, and you think that's going to give you toned glutes or toned legs, I'm sorry, not it. All right. So you got to follow the right plan. Or if you're following a plan that it's not structured for progressive overload, which is another key, again, you could be working out, but if you're not following the right plan, you're leaving results on the table. All right. Another huge one here is stick to the same plan for 6 to 8 weeks. Who here gets bored of you doing the same workouts every week? I do. I get super bored. But guess what? I do it anyways. I do it anyways. And you know why I do it anyways? Because you only get good at what you do consistently. And if I'm consistently changing my workouts, how am I supposed to practice my proper form? How am I supposed to get stronger if I only do deadlifts once a month? How am I supposed to get stronger at squats if I only do them every 2 weeks? How am I supposed to improve my form on deadlifts, on squats, or whatever exercise if I don't do it randomly or if I don't practice it often? This is the importance of following the same plan for a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks. You only get good at what you do consistently. And if you're constantly changing your plan, you're not going to give yourself the opportunity to practice something so good. All right. Next is challenging yourself. There's different ways you can do this with different weight, adding more weight, different tempo, variations of an exercise, time under tension, right? There's different ways that you can challenge yourself in the exercises. That's how you build muscle, not by just throwing weight around, right? We're not power lifters, all right? Like we're building muscle. Power lifters just lift heavy just to lift heavy. There's really no, obviously with good technique, but there's no really intention behind it. We're not power lifters. We're building muscle. And so things like right time under tension, variations, tempo, slowing down, feeling the muscle stretch and contract and squeezing. That's how you build muscle. All right. And then lastly, sticking to compound movements. This is going to be key, guys, because again, fun exercises are fun and I do them sometimes very, randomly, but if it's there or for switch it up here and there, I sometimes assign it to my clients, but the compounds never move. They never leave. Bodybuilders use compound movements for a freaking reason. All right, that Instagram body goals that you follow, I promise you that she or he mainly sticks to compound movements. All right. Okay, so compound movement. So again, this is the difference, all right, of learning to train versus just working out. Now, if you're here thinking like, oh, but I only, I work out at home, I don't really have anything, that's okay. That's okay. I just still want you to work out with intention and intensity versus just reps. All right. So I want to show you an example of one of my clients here. Her name is Ashley. Ashley on this picture started off working out at home. So again, if you're thinking like, oh, but I'm a busy mom, I can't go out right now, that's okay. That's okay. If you're just starting out at home, that's fine. But over time, right, you will have to implement heavier weights. All right. So you can keep getting results. Remember that again, the key here is building muscle, and you won't do that with 5 pound dumbbells or doing Zumba at home. You just won't. All right. So, an example for one of my clients here, Ashley, she actually started off with only like 10 to 20 pound dumbbells at home. And she lost, I believe, like 20 pounds, 25 pounds at home just with the dumbbells. But that took her, I want to say, maybe 5 months or so. And then this is when I pushed her and I said, Ashley, you are in a different level of your fitness journey. Now it's time for you to go to the gym. Now, Ashley, right? because she worked out at home, she practiced her repetitions. Sorry, her intention, her intensity. She practiced her form. She practiced, working out consistently, getting into a habit, getting into a routine, etc. So by the time she started going to the gym, she had already kind of like built that foundation of the basics. And now it was time to implement, but now with heavier weights, with different machines and things like that. So if you're thinking like, oh my God, but I don't have time to go to the gym or I'm intimidated, I don't care. Just start at home then. Start with what you have. Go on Craigslist, go on Let Go, go on Facebook Marketplace and look for weights. You can do that at home. Right? You, guys, where there's a will, there's a way. If you really want to do this, if you're really serious about this, you will find a way. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be the expensive weights. I don't care what they look like, if they're rusty, if they're like has no name, you don't even know how much it weighs. As long as it's challenging you, that's what we want to see. All right. So again, we want to make sure that we are not putting barriers in where we're at right now. So if you were starting working out at home, this is for you too. All right, cool. Guys, good so far. I feel like I'm like just kind of like getting through because I really don't want to take too much of you guys' time. I want you guys to get value. So drop a fire emoji in the chat if you are getting Leah said, but I have 5 to 10 dumbbells just collecting dust. Leah, baby. Let's go. Let's get 20 pounds is a lot to start. You can get some heavy ass squats with that. All right. And you have a bench, ma'am. What are we doing here? All right, guys. So let's make sure. I want to hear some not some takeaways. Just drop some fire in the chat if you're getting value. Are you guys getting value so far? Let me know in the chat. Just throw a fire emoji or your favorite emoji, whatever. If you are getting value and this is like, hitting home or you're learning something or even just being reminded. A lot of the times we don't need to learn anything new. We just need to be reminded. We need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. All right. And that's something that I learned and got reminded by one of my mentors. All right, cool. I love it. I love it. You're getting value. Let's freaking go. Yes, Leah, take some notes. All right. Number 5, tip number 5. Is it number 5? I think so. Yeah. We're going to treat your journey like a business. And I need you guys to know your numbers. All right. You guys see this little screenshot here? This is what we inside of the program track for our clients. We track everything. Yvette, tell them, Yvette, what happens when we don't see your workouts. Tell them what happens when we don't see your pictures, your weigh-in, all of that good stuff. All right, we track. No, you have to know your numbers like it's your business. All right, you might maybe you're like, okay, but I don't own a business. Just to give you some background, if you want to have a successful business, you need to know your numbers. All right, so here's a couple of things that I need you guys to know and understand and keep track of. All right, so number one, like we talked about, your calories and macros. All right, you need to know those numbers and you need to hit those numbers consistently. All right, your reps, your sets, and the weight that you use when you work out, your scale weight. All right, even if you have an unhealthy not if you have an unhealthy relationship, unless you have an unhealthy relationship with the scale. You guys weigh yourself on the daily basis. And the reason why daily, not just weekly, is because the scale goes literally up and down every day. So what you do over the course of the 7 days, you look at the average. All right. And you're going to notice that one day, let's say it's Monday's 150, Tuesday's like 152, then Wednesday could be 148. And if you don't weight yourself on the daily, you might miss that low weigh-in, right? And then you look at you step on the scale on a random Sunday, and just like that, it went up to like maybe 153, but on Wednesday you were at 148, but you missed that Wednesday because you didn't weigh yourself. Does that make sense? All right, so scale weight measurements, your clothes, if you have a measuring tape, to measure your waist, your arms, things like that. You got to track your steps, you got to track your water, you got to track your sleep, everything. These are details, all right? This is what we see here. This is a screenshot actually from one of our clients who successfully completed all of her workouts 100%, her tasks and her habits, like her water, her steps, and her morning routine. She was at like 65%. And so we go in there, be like, hey, what's going on? What happened? Why you missed this? We track her weight, we track her steps, all of that good stuff. So you gotta know your numbers like it's a business, all right? If you don't track your numbers, you are going to get unmotivated. You know why? Because you're gonna self-sabotage. You're going to look at yourself. You're like, I don't see any no changes. I don't see anything. And I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. If you're not tracking your numbers, you're gonna get unmotivated because tracking your numbers, it's gonna give you such a like a an overview of everything that you're doing. Okay, well, maybe the scale's not going down, but you're losing inches. Your progress fit photos look better. You look like you lost like inches off your waist. You increased the steps. You got stronger at the gym. At the beginning you were squatting 10 pounds, and girl, now you're squatting fucking 45 pounds. That's freaking progress. And when you only track the scale weight and not everything else that you're doing, you're going to get unmotivated. So if you don't track, you are going to get unmotivated. Okay. You are also, if you're not tracking your numbers, don't be surprised when you don't know why you're not getting results. Guys, these are receipts, right? Just like a bank statement. These are receipts. These are facts. This is like, it's right there. This is, you can't change it. You did what you did, or you did what you didn't do, right? These are receipts of what you're doing and not doing. And so when you hit a plateau or something along those lines, you know what area you need to improve. So let's say you hit a plateau and your goal of your steps was 8,000 steps, but you've been getting 6 or 5. Okay, cool. You can zoom out, look at those numbers and say, you know what? I just need to fix my steps. You don't even, sometimes you don't need to fix anything else. You're just missing that one thing that you've been kind of like slacking on, or you let go of a little bit, but because you're not paying attention anymore. You know what I mean? So these are receipts. So don't be surprised when you're not tracking shit and then you're not getting results and then you don't know how to fix it. This is like, this takes like, I'm like a little mechanic. It's like being a mechanic. You need to know what's under the hood. You need to understand all of it. All right. The difference between good results of eating healthy and working out, right? Good results versus great results is knowing your numbers. The difference between good results and great results and transformations like that is knowing your numbers. All right. That's it. But most importantly is knowing those numbers and hitting them consistently, not only Monday through Friday, not only when you feel like it, not only when it's convenient for you, but it's hitting those numbers consistently. All right. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, but girl, consistency does not mean only Monday through Friday or only when you're feeling good, because if it was like that, come on. Reality is life hits us in the face, right? Okay, cool. Makes sense so far. I'm getting to the point, right? So I know you guys are asking, so how long until I see results, right? Well, everybody's different. My starting point is going to be different than your starting point. Okay. So it all depends on a couple of things. So let's talk about setting some realistic expectations, because I'm not here to tell you that you're going to lose your belly fat in 8 weeks. It's just not it. All right. Can you get amazing results? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Our most popular program is an 8-week shred for a reason. Can you get amazing results? Absolutely. But it's not going to happen in 8 weeks. It's not going to happen in 60 days. It's not going to happen in 90 days. All right. 60 to 90 days is just simply not enough, right? To see significant changes to quote unquote tone up, right? Can you get amazing results? Absolutely. But again, it all really depends, especially if you're holding a high body fat percentage. All right. Who here knows their body fat percentage? Now, with the body fat percentage, you can get like a scale. Like, for example, this scale that I have, it has an app that it gives you like your water weight, your muscle, your body fat percentage. But even this type of scale is not as accurate. But it gives me a kind of like an idea of where I'm at. Okay. So who here knows their body fat percentage? If you don't, that's fine too. Okay. Yeah. Progress photos are the best. Absolutely. All right. So just to give you an idea, in order to achieve kind of like a toned look or something along those lines, like, you're starting to see definition in your belly, in your arms, in your back, in your belly starting to slim down and all of that stuff. A good number, right, is going to be anywhere between 15 to 17, sometimes up to 18 or 19% of body fat. That's usually a sweet spot for healthy body fat, but still be healthy, right? Because we're not bikini competitors that like have to have 5% body fat because that's very unhealthy. Our body actually needs a healthy body fat percentage. So that is a very good sweet spot, but right, it's healthy, but it's also low enough to start to see definition in that tone look. All right. It's pretty good. All right. So the goal is not to losing body fat. It's not losing weight. All right. Body fat and losing weight are two completely different things. So the goal to do it healthy, to do it steady, to do it in a way that's going to be, sustainable, because we're talking about sustainable game here, not just let's lose weight to lose weight, is about 2% of body fat per month. All right. Per month. Okay. So like I said, this even the scale that I use here is not 100% correct, but it's a good starting point, okay? And here's another kicker, and it was a kicker for me too. Um, your starting body fat right now is probably higher than you think. All right. And just food for thought. The reason why I'm talking about body fat versus just weight is because, yes, we want to look tone or whatever. But listen, when you're body fat, and I'm not talking about BMI, I'm talking about body fat percentage as a woman, as a female, is 25% or higher, you are more at risk for health issues. Okay. It's just how it is. You are more at risk for health issues, heart disease, diabetes, strokes, all of those things. So when we talk about let's lose weight, yes, that's cool. And yes, it's part of it, but body fat percentage matters. And it's gonna be one of those things that it's to look good and look toned, but also for health issues. Okay. Health reasons. All right, cool. But you're like, Dana, I don't care. I want to keep my fatty. I want to keep my ass fat and my legs thick. I just want to get rid of my mommy pouch. I just want to get rid of my belly fat. Who here wants that? Who here wants that? Guys, who wouldn't? All right, but there is no spot reduction. I'm sorry, there is no spot reduction. What did I tell you guys? If you at the beginning, if you're here to find a secret ab exercise, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And anybody who tells you otherwise, they're just clickbaiting. All right. There is no spot reduction. Belly fat usually has different fat cells that are harder to burn. All right. Belly fat, right, has more fat. Your belly usually has more fat and has a little bit higher percentage there because it's meant to protect our organs. That's just how it is, right? Especially for us women, to protect reproduction. All right. Okay. So it's not that you're crazy. It's usually the last place that it goes. And everybody's different. I am going to say everybody's different, but for most women, the belly is the last place to go. You need to just focus on overall body fat percentage, reducing that down and being patient and consistent. Usually, like I said, the belly is the last place to go, and usually where most women hold most of it. Some in their legs, some in their butt, me in my arms. Guys, my arms look strong, but like I hold body fat here. That's like the last place for me to go. Even when I was at my leanest, my arms still felt and looked like they still had a lot of body fat. Okay. So everybody's different, but for the most part, that's how it is. But if you're noticing that you're losing body fat in your arms, in your legs, in your chin, your face looks slimmer, your rings. That's another good one, guys. Notice your rings, how easy it is to put them on or off. Your shoes are gonna get smaller, your clothes are going to fit better, your waist is gonna get tighter, things like that. All right. So if you're noticing those things, you're heading in the right direction. You just need to stop quitting just because you don't see exactly what you want, but it's kind of happen. But it's not gonna happen if you quit every 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, cool. Now, patience for permanent change. All right, patience for permanent change. We don't want, guys, let's end, we're in 2024. Let's end this entitlement mindset that we need to have results in 4 weeks when we haven't even worked for them. Didn't take you 4 weeks to gain 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus pounds of fat. Why are you expecting to lose it in 4 weeks, right? So patience for permanent change. All right, we need to understand that this is a long-term game. The goal is not to just lose weight, is to lose fat and build muscle while keeping the results for life, right? What is the point of working really, really hard for a 6-month program, for a 12-month program or whatever, and then here comes the summer and you just gain it all back? Or here comes the holidays, because that's the next hard part of the year. just in 2, 3 months, people are going to be like, yeah, but it's Thanksgiving and then it's Christmas and it's Halloween. Excuses, right? So the goal here is not to lose weight as fast as possible, but how do we lose fat to be healthy, to have energy, and how do we build more muscle for longevity? Because muscle is not only to look toned, guys. When you're freaking 45, 50, 60, you want to have longevity. You want to be able to still bend down and go up a flight of stairs, right? These are things that you want to keep in mind for longevity as well. You want to make sure that you are growing old healthy and keeping obviously the results for life. Okay, do not quit when shit gets hard, because most of the time you hit a plateau because you start off strong and you finish weak. I have been hosting challenges for the past 4 or 5 years of my life, and I've done it myself. As in, like, I've done this. I start really, 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 really strong, and then I finish weak. And then I'm like, oh, but this program doesn't work. Oh, but this is not working. I gotta try that new diet. I gotta buy that waist trainer. I gotta try that Herbalife. And it's like, no, you're just starting strong and you're just finishing weak because you are not getting results, but not that you're not getting them, you're just being impatient. And most of the time you're gonna tell yourself, oh, I just hit a plateau. You just hit a plateau. And this is when we come back to the numbers, right? So results, you want to constantly be looking for results, right? Because results come with motivation. You don't get motivation and then get results. No, you get motivation from, holy shit, the number on the scale is changing. Holy shit, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling leaner. I'm feeling juicy. I'm feeling, better. All right. So results equals motivation. All right. So far, so good. Guys, how are we feeling? Throw some fire in the chat or let me know how you guys are feeling. You guys learning? We're almost done. We're almost done. We just got some bonus tips. And these are good tips. These are little juicy tips. All right. Throw some fire in the chat if you get it. And if this makes sense to you, if this is landing for you, if you're like, yes, let's get it. This is what I want. This is what I've been looking for. This is what I've been, wanting. This is the key that I've been needing. All right. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. I love it. I love it. All right. Bonus tips. All right. I never said that ab workouts are not effective. We want abs, right? We want to train our midsection. So these are a few bonus tips. Number one, is ab training 2 to 3 times per week, and weighted exercises is more ideal. Like crunches are fine, but try to use like a 5 pound dumbbell or a 10 pound dumbbell, things along those lines. If you're at the gym and if they have the crunching machines and you can use weight, even better. If you can add some ankle weights and do some leg raises, do it better. Things like that. Because abs are just like any other muscle, we still need to build them, right? Remember, what do we say? We need to build muscle and get rid of that layer of body fat. This was not planned and part of the lesson today, but this is your muscle. This is what we're building right here. And this is your body fat. Okay? This wasn't planned. But this is your muscle and this is your body fat. We want to get rid of this while increasing this. Okay? This is going to be key. And so when we're actively working on our abs, on our core strength and all of that stuff, again, not just for the abs, but for longevity and everyday things, it's going to build that muscle. So when you start to lose body fat and the belly fat starts to melt away, that muscle is going to pop. Now you're going to start to see definition because you took time to build that muscle as well. All right. Tip number 2 is increasing your steps. All right. So get the average for the week and then add anywhere between 1,000 steps weekly until you get to a point where you're getting anywhere between 8 to 10,000 steps consistently. And if you're already getting that, then add up. Add more, add more. The point of increasing your steps is to increase your NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity. All right. It is going to basically help you. And it doesn't have to be walking. This could be you cleaning, mopping, doing laundry, going up the stairs, parking a little further from, in the parking lot, whatever. Like these are things that are going to help you just burning extra calories a day without necessarily exercising. Okay. So increasing your steps is one of those things that absolutely changed the game for me like 4 years ago. All right. I didn't even know about it. I was just like, oh, but I work out. I was like, oh, I'm active. I work out 4 times per week or 5 times per week, but I was getting 5,000 steps per day. And so it was harder for me to see results because my job was so sedentary. Okay. Cool. Tip number two is implementing zone two cardio at least 3 to 4 times per week. So this is kind of like a quick little formula on how to get like your zone two cardio. Which is about 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. Okay. So you take the number 220 and then you minus it by like your age. So if you're 30, right, you take 220 minus 30 and that's 190. All right. So that is basically what you want your cardio to be at. Okay. Number three, it's going to be vacuums. This is something that I learned. I knew about it, but I didn't really implement until probably last year consistently towards the end of my prep that got my freaking core so tight. All right, guys, I didn't for this. Oh, it went away. Actually, no, right here. For my prep, guys, and this is like me super shredded, me getting abs and everything for my prep. So for those who don't know, I did a show, right? Obviously, but I got this defined as abs only. I only trained my abs towards the end of my prep. And that wasn't even on my program from my coach. It's just something that I wanted to do, right? So it was a game changer. But I did have vacuums, and vacuums is basically is going to target the deep muscles on your abs, and it's going to help you with strength and stability. And this exercise specifically, a lot of bodybuilders use, or anybody honestly, is because it tightens your waist and enhances your overall midsection. It's just an amazing exercise. So I cannot show you here, or I cannot give you that. I cannot go that in depth, but Google it. Google it. Go on YouTube or something, right? I should actually do a video on that. But vacuums are great. These are bonus tips, okay? And then lastly, honestly, I'm going to tell you this. I don't know if it's scientifically backed up, but I'm going to tell you it is going to change your life. Okay. Engage your core at all times. This is something that I've learned when I started working out. I remember I used to walk like this all the time. I used to be sitting like this all the time. Guys, make it a habit to consistently, oh my God, that spelling is horrible here. I'll need to fix that. Make it a habit to sit up straight at all times, walk straight all the times, chest up, shoulders proud, shoulder a proud chest, and engage your core at all times, right? I engage my core, and I think this is one of the reasons why I never really had to train my core. I I'm tight in my belly, like I want to say 80-90% of the time, if not like 95% of the time, meaning that when I'm doing my cardio and I'm walking on my cardio, my core is tight. And what I mean tight is like my belly button is basically sunk in. I'm not sucking in, my belly button is basically sunk in, and it feels like somebody's gonna punch me in my stomach, and I keep it there. All right. That basically trains your abs. All right. So consistently engaging your core, sitting up straight when you're walking, when you're doing laundry, when you're doing everyday things, right? Don't just walk around like this. Don't do your exercises like this. Like, no, up, core nice and tight. I don't know if you guys can see this, but core nice and tight. All right. And I want you guys to remind yourself, like, if you're, it happens, right? We tend to forget. If you're like on the computer like this, think about it. Just whoop, core tight, chest up. Guys, that's also going to help you with your form, with your posture. It's going to help you with, well, when you work out as well. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a game changer for you. Okay. So these are bonus tips. All right. Think about those things. Okay. So all in all, guys, the key to getting tight and toned: nutrition, building muscle, habits, knowing your numbers, consistency, and patience. And then these bonus tips are just bonus tips. Okay. So, and because we want, information is one thing, but implementing is another, right? Information means nothing without implementation. And I like action takers. I feel that a lot of the times we have the information, but we never really take action on it. I want to give you guys a special surprise. Okay. So if you would like something done for you, like from point A to point Z, a meal plan, workouts, nutrition, macros, accountability, how to track your steps, knowing your numbers, I want you to DM me the word tone, or Instagram or Facebook, or comment on the Facebook Live, wherever you're watching this. And I'm going to give you guys one of our most programs, which is our 8-week shred program. Vivette, you just finished yours. She's freaking killed it, right? For attending this masterclass at a special rate. All right. I don't do discounts in my program often because they're fucking good. But if you're interested in knowing how to basically implement all of this information in a nice, beautiful package done for you, with accountability, support, guidance, coaches, community, all of that good stuff in there. I just want you to DM me the word tone, and let's just chat a little bit and see if we are a good fit and take advantage of this special offer. Okay. So we have limited spots for this because we go really in depth with each client. Yvette, I know you're here, and I know this program really works when you follow it. She just finished 3 rounds of the 8-week shred, and her results are amazing. I should have put you here, girl. I should have. But all in all, if you want to take advantage of this and if you want in, again, just DM me the word tone and let's chat about it. Take advantage of this, and first come, first serve. We're only gonna open a limited amount of spots for this. So take advantage for this, okay? But all in all, guys, all in all, I just hope that you got value, and share with me in the chat what was your biggest takeaway. I would love to hear what was at least one thing that you learned and that was like an aha moment. Even if it was like as little as like engaging my core, or I just sit up straight today, right? Little things like that make all of the difference in your fitness journey. And not only that, it's like everyday things. Like even just walking down the street, you're gonna notice that maybe you're like looking down and you're hunched over. Chin up, chest up, proud chest, shoulders back, right? So make sure that you guys are implementing all of this. And again, guys, I hope that you got value. And again, if you did, just screenshot and let me know, tag me in your story and let me know your biggest takeaway. And I will go ahead and send all of this for you guys through email so you guys can have it, review it. I'm going to go ahead and fix some spelling errors that I did, but it is what it is. All right. Along with the replay on this. And I just want you guys to feel like you walked away with something valuable and that you're going to implement. Okay. Just implement, implement, implement. And again, send me a DM with the word tone if you're interested to know more about how we can help you, how we can do all of this for you, and how you can keep learning not only how to get results, but actually keep them for life and tone up and speed up the process and go from getting 50-40% results to increasing them to 80, 90, 100% results, just like our clients did there. All right. So if there's no questions, does anybody have questions? And again, I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. I said 40 minutes and it's been an hour. But I freaking love this. I do this literally every week with my clients. Literally every Monday we have a Monday mindset. Biggest takeaway is tracking, training hard versus working hard. Biggest takeaway was to focus on calories and protein. Let's go. Yvette, you're very welcome. Training versus working out. I love this. Natalie said thank you. Um, as always, so much value. I learned so much from you, girl. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you guys found this valuable. Leah, thank you for showing up. And again, I will upload all of this for you guys. Give me about maybe 24 hours or so. And in 24 hours, if by tomorrow by 12 p.m. you have not received it, you have not received this, all of the slides or the replay, send me a DM and say, hey D, what's going on? I haven't really gotten anything. What's going on? Okay. So don't forget, if you want in on the challenge that's going to begin, when are we starting? We're starting on August 5th or August 12th. You get to pick which day you want to start. If you want in on the next 8-week shred challenge with a special offer, again, just DM me the word tone and let's just chat a little bit and we'll take it from there. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you, all of you guys, for showing up. And yeah, talk to you guys later. Bye.